Undaunted Normandy is a game that's quite popular these days, but am I the only one struggling to like it? Check out this game I played and see what you think here on Legendary Tactics. As the resident wargamer at Legendary Tactics, I felt it was my duty to give Undaunted Normandy a try. It's obviously a really popular game. David Thompson's a great designer and a popular one, and I'd heard great things, so I thought I'd give this a go. Now, this is the first scenario. It is against the AI, for what it's worth, but I've also had games against real-life players as well that have been just frustrating and disappointing. First of all, the scouting mechanic. I've always found that a bit weird. That I understand kind of why it's there from a design perspective, but I've always found it a bit weird that fully armed squad of riflemen refuse to enter a field without some scout having walked through there 10 turns before. It's a weird kind of mechanic that way. But anyway, the scenario itself, scenario one's okay as far as interest goes. The Germans obviously start with a huge advantage, holding 3 out of the 5 victory points already, sort of where their spawn point is. And really, that central 2 victory point space becomes immediately contentious. The Americans have to defend that very strongly in order to win this. If that space is contested, there's only just enough victory points really outside of that space to win, and they're all sort of out of the way. As far as that 2-point space down at the bottom left feels like it's miles away when you need to get a rifleman there to control it. And so really, my job, my strategy is the American side in the early, well, really throughout the game, is to try and get some control of that 2 victory point space in the center and to rush a scout down to the 2 victory point space at the bottom left to hang on and hopefully defend that space. Prevent it from being controlled, because the Germans can get a very easy win that way. And so that's generally the strategy. I also look to bolster as early as possible and as much as possible, because it gives my units enough staying power typically. And so there I'm getting my scout into that 2 victory point space there to contest it. And I managed to control that 1 victory point space, which is obviously pretty easy and pretty obvious for the Americans early on. Again, the AI is maybe not amazing, but it plays well enough to give certainly a beginning player a challenge. I have played this scenario a fair amount, trying to give a good example of a win as the US for the channel, something I can post later. But it's situations like these, and you'll see where I'm going with this shortly. So this isn't so bad. I mean, this is just, we're fighting over the contested space, and there is some luck involved. The dice in the digital version always rolls really weird. You think it's about to settle on a number, and then it suddenly reverses itself and keeps on going. So I don't mind the luck aspect. That's always going to be a part of wargaming, and it's just the reality. The fog of war cards, I think at once are an interesting mechanic and also a frustrating one. Why the scouting adds fog of war? You would think it would actually lower fog of war because they're getting more of an idea of the terrain, but I guess it's just a reflection of maybe the fatigue of the soldiers or something like that. So anyway, so the AI, and again, this is against an AI, so it may not be the best play, but they abandoned their spawn point, the 3 victory point space. So I got my scout over there to open that route up if I got the chance to get a rifleman there to control it. This could be an easy win and an easy game, but we'll see. So I've scouted that out, and I've got my my squad leader here to bolster. There's a little bit of indecisiveness here. I wanted to make sure that I'm able to defend that central 2 victory point space, but I'm also really looking to get some reinforcements over to take that spawn point there. So I used my squad leader Inspire to replay the rifleman, squad B rifleman, and essentially look to take that over. I also use the scout to add fog of war cards to the German. Again, mechanically it seems a bit odd to me, but I mean it's fine. This is a simple war game, and the game does flow fairly well, even if it's a bit unintuitive in its design and what things are supposed to represent. So I got my B rifleman card, which is great. So I don't want to spend that one. I'm going to spend the scout and get the initiative and make sure I got it, so I can use this to move into that space. Now I just need the control card to get that, and we're almost at the win, and we take away a lot of the German opportunities because they're going to have to really scramble. Now with the command action, I drew 2 fog of war cards. Again, that's just the game. You got to live with that sort of thing, as frustrating as it is. I'm going to bolster. And I like the bolstering in this game. I think is really, really valuable. So it's something you want to do. And I'm beginning to take some hits there in the 2 victory point space. Again, drawing up some fog of war cards again. It is what it is. I know there's a few turns when my AI opponent draws up some issues, a lot of cards there. But I get my Rifleman B, and I get to control the spawn point of the opponent's opposing side. And now I'm just I'm debating whether to attack or conceal. I'll use the conceal. If I can fill up their hand with junk, then that's useful to me. And so anyway, of course the German comes in and contests it, gets a couple hits, which is frustrating, but that's the game. But you'll see here very shortly why this game is kind of rubbing me the wrong way, and why it's been a bit frustrating, and not in a kind of a good way, I guess. Anyway, so all I really need right now is to, if I can get one more victory point will win it for me. And so I make a bit of maybe a controversial decision here of retreating, but I really wanted to save my rifleman, because I couldn't remember offhand how many cards I had in the deck to keep him alive. So I was really going for that other victory point at the back, because I thought if I can get that, then great. However, my opponent then controls both the empty the spaces there, the 1 and the 2 there, so that takes the 1 victory point away from me, but abandons that 2 victory point space in the middle. So I thought, okay, this is good, and this potentially is some good opportunities here. I've blocked I've contested the 2 victory point space there at the bottom left. So it's going to be a bit of a fight to see essentially who can gain control of that 2 victory point space in the middle. And he is sort of moving around and scouting there, and so he's abandoned that 1 victory point space. But I thought, okay, well, if I can get my rifleman into that 2 space and control it, it's game over. Hopefully like a 1-2 combination. I drop the platoon sergeant and the scout. The scout's we're just gonna contest that space, make sure that we defend that 3 victory point space. Drop a squad leader. Okay, fine. I do have the option to bolster, so I'm going to do that. And again, just to make sure my units are as hardy as possible. I do not want to lose, especially the riflemen. Do not want to lose them. And the scouts also have their role as well. So I don't want to be down on troops here. So luckily I maintained my initiative, but my opponent has, in a sneaky way, gotten up to 4 victory points here. Again, by just controlling the 3 central spots, which is fine. Again, I'm going to do what I can to contest things. So I move into that spot that has been abandoned in the center. All I need is a control, a card that'll let me control. Draw a Fog of War, draw the scout again. Okay, fine. I'm going to attack, get a hit. Okay, cool. So all I need is to hold out and to just play a card for control, which would be great. I do take a hit from long range, and I look at my hand, 2 Fog of War cards, 2 Scout A cards. Okay, fine. So Fog of War, and I guess I'll do my Scout attack and whatever. Just defend my my space again, miss, which is not desirable, but it's okay, and get a hit here, which is good. So I'm holding my own in that spot. And the German player had a really ineffective hand. Excellent. Just need to draw 1 opportunity to control that space. Okay, draw 3 Fog of War cards. Okay, fine. So I keep the initiative, and I get to use my scout yet again to defend that space. And the dice bounces around a bit and misses. And now I'm going to take some pot shots, which is fine. Again, this is obvious. They're going to defend that space. Now they removed my rifleman. Okay, even though he was there forever and couldn't control the space, I'm like, okay, well, I've got another rifleman. I just need to get the other rifleman over there, and then I have a shot still at winning. So I'm going to move the rifleman, and then I'm going to use my squad leader to inspire, move my rifleman again. Perfect. Set up another opportunity to win here. Just need a rifleman card to control. Again, take a hit from far away and another hit from far away. And now I'm hoping to draw my rifleman. I draw 2 scouts and a squad leader and a Fog of War. Okay, fine. We match initiative again. I'm still going first. Let's see what I can come up with here. So I've got scout, again, just hunkering down, defending that space. Managed to get a hit on my opponent there, and the squad leader doesn't have much to do. So instead of hunkering down, I'm going to use this scout, and I'm actually going to hit that enemy. I'm going to inspire that scout again to hit that enemy once more, and got a hit. So that's good. We're holding our own in that space, but I'm drawing fire, and a lot of it from far away, and luckily a miss, but it's okay. I've got some. Let's draw the cards here. Sergeant, platoon sergeant, and a scout again. So Fog of War, keep my initiative, and all I want to do is just control that space. Like, that's all I have to do. So I draw 2 cards, scout and squad leader. Useless. I can't win the game with this. I'm going to bolster my guys as best I can to keep that rifleman alive, and I'm going to just do attacks with my scout. There's nothing else really to do. I get a hit and remove that enemy, and then I thought, okay, I'll take out this guy if I can, because there might be the opportunity for them to move in and contest. And the German has a terrible hand. That's okay. Drawing up my cards again. All I need is that 1 opportunity to control. Drop 3 Fog of War and a scout. And I don't know how many turns I've had a rifleman in the winning space, unable to control a card. I've got 4 cards in my draw pile, so I guess the 1 card will be there. So anyway, my opponent does a bunch of drawing and playing around and stuff. Takes a shot and hits and gets the win. And that is the game. And that is why I'm getting frustrated with Undaunted Normandy. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Did I make any misplays? Was there anything that I could have done better? I don't see it. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Legendary Tactics.